afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, aliens, humanoid creatures. It is I, Gravity Groove, here with Not Safe for Work Magic. I am a little under the weather today because one of the perils of, I guess, living in a townhome is that occasionally you have neighbors who are dickheads and play bass-heavy bullshit music all the live-long fucking day. So my head's vibrating a little bit. I have a headache. I'm a little more grumpy than usual, but hopefully I'm clear-headed enough to draft. And for those who've been watching along at home, we have had 3 back-to-back 7-win runs in Premier Draft. It's pretty ridiculous. It's pretty unprecedented, and I don't expect that there's any reasonable way I can keep it up. So we're gonna train wreck and fail today, because we got to get back to the core of what we do here on this show. We just disappoint ourselves and our family and our parents and all of you. we probably won enough, honestly. Like we made enough profit that we can we can owe 3 hurts to even joke about it. We can owe 3 a draft and it'll be okay. It'll be okay, chat. Oh God. Titan's Nest is garbage. For standard anyway, or for limited rather. Keyword big. Definitely an all-star and a mutate deck. Rumbling Rockslide, the safe pick here. Trumpeting Gnar, high upside, but picking a 2-color card off the start, not generally where I want to be. Grim Dancer also pretty reasonable. Huh. I think we'll take black because this is the best black card in the pack. It might send a good signal. Although not taking removal seems stupid. Unfortunately, a lot of good red is going by, which is going to send some pretty mixed signals. Which is not going to be great for this draft. You don't want to see this sort of thing happen, but we picked up a bomb red card with other playable red cards in the pack. Although, if the person drafted to the side of us is smart, they're taking the Grim Dancer. Thundermane is a pretty solid card. We've got 2 of the big enablers for the cycle deck, which we've got pieces for. I honestly don't know which is the higher pick. Is it Stinger or Marmoset? Stinger, a CCB. Marmoset, slightly below Stinger. So I suppose we'll take the first Stinger with a higher priority than the first prickly Marmoset. Although we do want a couple of these in our deck, I suppose this is a higher yield if we get a nutty amount of them. Okay, well, we have to take Rumbling over the second Stinger, unfortunately. But the Stinger's pretty nutty. Should we risk it? I don't think we should risk it. I've had drafts where I've had very, very, very little removal come around. And if I let one pass, I'll never forgive myself for it. King Caesar, just a 3/4 really for us. Spell Eater Wolverine, perfectly reasonable here. Cavern Whisperer or Huntmaster Liger, both fine cards, but I have to assume the Spell Eater Wolverine is the better pick for us. Although they're fairly close, to be honest. It's a pretty late checkpoint officer. I think Keen Sight Mentor is decent. If we get a couple of the Vigilance Kitties, can be a reasonable plan B. Impressively, we're solidly in 2 colors right now, which is unusual. I like the Frenzied Raptor, but I'm going to take this opportunity to pick up some early fixing. If we do end up getting a bomb card in pack 2 or 3, we do want the option to be able to branch out. I value the 3 drops a little more than the 4 drops, especially when their power is equivalent. Both Frenzied Raptors came around. That's a good sign for red being at least semi-opened. We've only got 1 cycling card though, which isn't great. We'll probably be able to find more. Blue and black are seeming pretty heavily cut. Pack coming from the other direction will tell us a story though. If we're seeing very low quality red cards, it's likely the person to the side of us picked up the stinger we passed and a couple other the decent red cards, and we're going to be fighting a little, which is not where we want to be. We have 2 pieces of premium removal, which is great, and Checkpoint Officer, which I count as a pretty good piece of removal. I don't think you want to let him put that thing on you, especially downstairs. Appears we have a slow person at the table. Lurking Deadeye decent here, but honestly taking this to leave the option open for splashing black seems perfectly reasonable. The first lurking isn't that high value, and it's a card we'll probably see again. We are potentially going to have a lot of humans, so I think 1 tiger is a decent pickup. Garrison Cat, not really where we want to be here. We'll just cut this. Possibly playable, but unlikely. Once again, past a rare that is not really impactful, which is fairly disappointing. Evolving Wilds opens us up for a splash. Parcel Beast, very, very hard to run in the colors we have now, unfortunately. Avian Oddity, a decent flying creature, but not overly exciting. Honestly, this pack is pretty bad. I think we'll take the Space Godzilla. Cycling Death Touch onto a creature to win a block is always appealing. We don't know for sure if we'll be splashing black, but none of the other cards in here are going to hurt me too much by losing them. The other thing that I'd be most interested in is an Evolving Wilds. Pacifism, premium removal here. Bad against the mutate decks as we've seen in the past, but good against virtually everything else. Vantador also fine here. Ozolith definitely not something that does anything for our particular deck. Unbreakable Bond, pretty decent. Another Space Godzilla, pretty decent. This definitely makes us want to prioritize being able to splash black. I do feel like these are really good, and they are cyclers, so they line up with our Thunder main okay. The next best card in here for us is either the Healer or the Gopher Blood. I'm going to see if we can end up making black our splash color. That makes it a little easier. None of these cards particularly insane. This is fine, but not amazing. One of these cats would be nice. One Mutual Destruction would be nice, but again, let's prioritize trying to make sure these voids aren't dead. This is a pretty bad pack here too. We might take Will just because it's a cycler, and we're definitely not doing great on that. We've got 3 total. It's that or yet another Frenzied Raptor, and I don't know how many Frenzied Raptors we need. Not impressed by this unless you're wanting to deal damage with it to it yourself. Yeah, another bad pack. Blade Banish is reasonable, but not exciting. We don't really want the Boot Nipper if we're just splashing black yet. Want to try to minimize that. The first Blade Banish probably better than the first Boot Nipper in our particular deck. Death Touch is very good, but we do have 2 Void Beckoners, so... Yeesh. We're just being cut from everything relevant that we're trying to build on both sides, it seems. We really need to hope our third pack is better, because we've been getting depowered picks from this side. None of these cards have been good enough, really. We're getting neither cyclers or reasonable good cards. It's a fairly late lurking Deadeye. Reasonable. Be that or Startling Development. It's a very late Gopher Blood. Happy to pick that up. This card seems like it's trash. Might have to run it. Infinity Frenzied Raptors, y'all. We're doing it. Living the dream. Doesn't seem like something we're going to be able to make work in our deck. Once again, nothing here looks particularly nutty. Keensight Mentor is fine. Unlike Gate and Fangs, I think Lava Serpent's the best card here for us, honestly. Sad as that is. Yeah, getting real bad rares. This has been pretty disappointing, this draft, altogether. I knew we couldn't go 7 wins forever, but Would have been nice to have a chance, but this is a very depowered deck. Well, the Orion seems good. I don't think we particularly have any blink value with it. But it's very playable. Wow, that pack was absolutely bonkers. We would take probably the Stinger or the Fire Prophecy here otherwise. The bonkers pack. Okay. Mythos, pretty great for us. There's just absolutely nothing in our deck. Could take the 843rd Frenzied Raptor, but I think we'll pass. Sanctuary Smasher, pretty great. Another Rumbling Rock Slide, too. I think I want the Smasher here. Having a few Boom Booms, we want to make the game close out. And we do have Blade Banish, 2 Rumblings, Mythos, Pacifism, Checkpoint, Go for Blood. Several ways to finish things. I think we just want the big Cycler here. One, two. I mean, we can play him. Not the most exciting card in the world, but he can make infinite 1/1s, right? Would be nice to get one more fixing land. Cloud Cursor seems pretty reasonable here. Didn't see a single Farfinder. This may just be a symptom of playing in Platinum rank now. People are more attuned to the broken cards, and we're just not seeing them. But we haven't seen a single Farfinder, whereas in some of our previous 7-win games, we saw as many as 6, which I think is very telling. Starting to sort of reach the balancing point in human draft where people are all getting uniformly good enough that we're not seeing as many opportunities as we were before. And it's going to become a lot more variance based, as we can't just craft a completely insane deck every time anymore. Amazingly, our deck is mostly creatures, I think. That's a pretty late Clash of Titans. That's a pretty good removal spell. Yeah, we are mostly creatures. This is strange. I don't think I've played a deck that's this deep on creatures in this format. I guess that makes the Raking Claws particularly good, right? We're going to try to cut down to just the essentials for black cards, since we only have 2 mana, 2 splash mana, and no Farfinder or Evolving Wilds. Could we actually run this as a companion deck? Would that be totally insane? We've got 16 land in our decks normally, 16 and 40. So if we're going up by 1/3, we're adding what? 5 lands roughly? It's probably a dumb idea, right? It's probably a dumb idea. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually ended up with a ton of cyclers. So we can probably cut a couple. Our removal is 1, 2, 3-ish, 4, 5-ish, 6-ish, 7-ish, 8, 9, 10, 11-ish, 12, 13. We got a lot of ish, as you can see. Let's cut a raptor or 3. We don't have a ton of spells, so we're probably not going to run 2 Spell Eater Wolverines. 1 seems okay, 2 seems like we're pushing it. Not terribly excited about this trick. I feel like the ceiling is higher on Breaking Claws. And looking at our deck, we're generally not going to want to be blocking. It's usually not going to be our role. I don't know how often we're going to be able to be holding up 2 mana for a trick like this. I don't believe we have any other Vigilance creatures. But Keensight and Duskfang can eventually close out a game given enough time. So they might be reasonable. We could also just cut the Duskfang to give ourselves better mana, you know. We're definitely not running 4 swamps. It's a little absurd. Probably running 1, 1. Probably 2. So 4 total. Yeah, I like cutting the requirement for that down, being that we definitely do not have good fixing for this. I can see cutting one of those too. That gives us 15 land, 41 cards, 9 cyclables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. Gotta cut something else. Gotta cut something else. What is it? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Curve is very, very high. Gotta cut something else, and I probably end up needing 16 land because we have no fixing other than a lot of cycling, but quite a bit of it is expensive cycling, unfortunately. How many humans do we have? 4. Maybe it's LT right here. Having 1 flyer seems good though. Not a big fan of the Vicious Tigerilla. Feel like that's probably going to underperform. Let's try 16 land, 41 cards. Get 5 plains, 5 mountains. Maybe we are going 3 swamps. So 5 swamps to hit 2 double black cards, 1 single black card. High probability for error here. At least 2 of our sources are double sources, which we're lucky we got those early. This seems reasonable. Let's draw bad and die. Seems reasonable. Got a 2-drop, a 3-drop, a cycle. Not exciting, but again, our deck is not exciting. We got no real bombs, chat. I'm just a precocious socialist who's looking to pal around. So we just cast the Frenzied Raptor. If they have anything up to block, we just don't swing. Ooh, they want to kill this already? Deadweight's a good way to do it. Okay, so we've got Mythos online next turn if we want it. Probably don't. These decks tend to be problematic because they have a lot of graveyard recursion. Not the most exciting play in the world. Wow, complete miss, huh? That's pretty unlikely. That bodes well for us. Our land gets us a big hasty beater. We've got answers to several different creatures that could come down. Oh, we're gonna get Rumbling Rock Slided, huh? Card's real good. That's not the land we wanted for Christmas. At least this is instant speed. Potentially we can use our mana this turn. Holy fuck balls. Okay. Removal for literal infinity. Not a particularly fun game for us to play. Really? Holy cow. I mean, what are you supposed to do with this, Jack? He's had kill spell after kill spell after kill spell. We can't actually play the game. How fun for us. Clash of Titans seems particularly bad in this matchup. Our opponent just continues to play single cards over and over again. I think we leave ourselves a chance to hope he plays another creature so we can clash them together. Otherwise we'll Mythos this next turn. Yeah, we're probably just digging, right? Huh. I'm gonna wait for a turn. I'm going to go one more turn. Risking it for the biscuit, as they say. Hoping he has Back from the Grave. He gets the Sanctuary Smasher, fights the Enforcer, and then we blow him out. Yep. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. As I said, these decks tend to have a lot of recursion and an insipid amount of removal, apparently. That was a positively ridiculous amount of removal, wasn't it? Felt like biking through hummus to get that victory. No, we're on our way. Two more puts us in the happy place. 3 losses puts us in the sad place. Hey, it's my favorite planeswalker. Fuck that guy. Garuda is his companion? Dude. Jeez, we've got all white cards and 1 black mana. I'm gonna cycle this and just keep it. I'm not beating Garuda anyway. I'm resigned. Deck contains only even costed cards. Cool. That was lucky. We're still going to cycle it, but that was super lucky. Expecting something big and nasty to start mutating soon. You could have a Cloud Piercer on 3 here, which is kind of gross. And we're just dead and Garuda resolves, right? Just need to jam these Frenzied Raptors and cross our fingers. Wow, it's like constructed. Every opponent we face just has a kill spell on turn 1 through 900, huh? Getting a little bit frustrating. Battery's dying. Porky parrot. disconnected? No? Maybe? Should be check. I appear to have internet. So essentially he's planning to mutate again, kill our dude, and we don't really have an out to that. I mean, we will get the Blade Banish if it's big enough, but there's nothing we can do. If he has Essence Scattered here plus a mutate creature, that would be exceptionally bad for us. Again, probably just dead to the Gyruda. No mutate creature is pretty great for us. So we swing in, roll the Blade Banish for any sort of trick, if one can so be held. Oh, I suppose you could have the octopus, huh? Really? Kind of surprised by that. Gonna get Gyruda, hope he doesn't get Space Godzilla. We do have Blade Banish for the Gyruda, but we can't stop him taking a Space Godzilla too. Why do I say things, chat? Why do words come out of my face hole? Yeah. Yep. Unfortunately, we didn't get a mana either. The other line is to put Death Touch on this and start pinging things down, but yeah. We're just Blade Banishing this turn. I probably should have fired the Blade Banish off, honestly. He's in blue, so if we get like hit with Kept Safe now, that's our fault. Although it was going to get us somewhere down the line. Yeah, we're just getting too far behind. Now he gets to eat one of our raptors for free. Or our cat closing the door on that plan. Yeah. Did that not work for some reason? Oh, there we go. Oh, it's a tap. Yeah. Holy fucking shit. Wow. All right, this is our chance to sneak a win in. He's got nothing in hand. He's dead. Got a little too overconfident, I guess. Gotta play to your outs, chat. Ours was to hope he screwed up, and he did. Still looking for one more win. We've got Cycle on 1, Cycle on 2, Frenzied Raptor on 3. Seems okay. Again, Frenzied Raptor being the real all-star here. Silly as this is. Oh, actually, we can kill that, so... You might actually fight that Raptor versus Reader. Okay. Nice to know we're not definitely getting counterspelled this turn. Continue the trend of our first creature and then our second creature and our third creature being exploded, shall we? Bring on the Fire's Prophecy. And we're the Rumbling Rock Slide. I'm ready. Oh, okay. He surprised me. So next turn we have either Cloud Piercer or go for Blood Pacifism, depending on what he drops. I never noticed this icon. This must be new. This little can attacker block. Sword and shield with a line through it. That's cute. Really? So we've got 8 here, we can make it 12. Okay. Well, we probably still full swing and then go for blood this for the exchange, right? If we swing the wolf, he just gets to eat it with the Cloud Piercer, so we're going to save that one. See if we're going to get tricked out again, shall we? Yeah. Well, that's annoying. Worthless to me now, so might as well try to get a blocker out of the way if I can. Too many tricks, too many tricks. If we get the land, we might be able to win. But it's a really good rare. It's a really, really good rare. Okay, well. would it do it like that? Yeah. Seems like everyone's got those but us, huh? Still looking for that lava serpent mana. Guess we're just cycling the lava serpent after we get through. And it's 3. Pretty happy about that result. It's all downhill from here, chat. Lethargic Gravity Groove is performing adequately. Just ask my several employers. That's a joke, kids. I don't work. I'm quarantined. All of our colors. Cards on 2. Cycler. Good enough for me. Lutra here, huh? It's nice to have a free card you just always get to cast. Really, we have Yorion in here, don't we? We just haven't drawn it. Are we cycling the Vantasaur? Probably cycling the Vantasaur, huh? Well, if we draw Yorion, we get to free the officer, which is cool. The Thundermane obviously would be pretty good too. So we're just gonna have to rumble that, huh? Kind of flooding out a little here, aren't we? This is risky, but I feel like this draw is anemic enough that we just need to try to do something here. Definitely going to pay for our use of that card too early, aren't we? Yep, that's keyword big. That's big too. Not castable yet though. Interesting that we had that pivot point with a Stinger and a Marmoset, and I figured the Stinger was slightly better, but we never saw Marmoset come back around. And they always have that card, don't they? Gosh, we were just so mega flooded, huh? We can't really race him. Trying to save that for value, huh? Guess we'll hold the land. We could get a Cloud Piercer. Or we could just be bombed out to an absurd degree. Yep. Yep. That's good enough for me. Average cards and 800 lands do not win against decks with above average cards. That was a very skillful game where we had lots of decisions to make, wasn't it, chat? Oh, yes, it was. We have a 2-drop and nothing else. Sure, I'm in for disappointment. That's why I play this game. Like a cycler or a land, please. Your finest land. That's interesting. Guess he's planning on mutating on it. Boy, that was fun. Sure, he got the 2 spell on turn 3. Yeah, that's perfectly reasonable. He got the 2 spell on turn 3 with a Parcel Beast in a dead weight. Yep. Perfectly reasonable. Sure. What a good game that was. Yeah, what a great good game that was. So it just doesn't matter what we do. We're not going to be able to beat Primal Empathy plus the Parcel Beast, especially not missing land. And with him drawing 2 cards a turn. Yeah. I'm going to play this for another couple minutes, but it seems like we're our 3 wins is as far as we're going to go. The games we won, like, were thought-provoking and challenging, and we had interaction. And the games we lost in ways that had nothing to do with us, the gameplay. We had no decisions to make. Yeah, I mean, he just gets to draw his entire deck. He's drawing 5 more cards than we have. Well, next turn, that means we have Clash of Titans to kill both. Is there a planet on which we can crawl back into this? Let's cast this, leave up the Mentor to pump our Raptor. It's pretty unlikely that we can recover from this big a discrepancy in board state, but if they don't have a counterspell for Clash of Titans, maybe. Still pretty damn unlikely. It's a lot of mana still up, huh? Let's pass and see if he gives us a window. He probably won't. It's an instant, right? I mean, maybe he just mills himself out. Pretty unlikely. Yeah. Okay. That was lame. So now we've got no outs. We can't block it. Yeah. Oh, that was lame. See if we can actually play a game now. Probably should have blocked it first and then done the fight, but we had to play around the counter magic, and that would have been a bad line that way too. The other line was to add to the counter and then give it double strike, but again, he just would have played that fog effect and we would have been dead anyway. We were just dead every way you slice that one. Well, we've got one cycler and we're on the draw. Any planes makes this a reasonable hand. Here's our good old boy. Need a planes pretty badly here. Or, you know, another white card we can't cast. That's good too. The thrill of victory. The agony of defeat. Another white card we can't cast, and a kill spell. Sure. So we won 3 games that we had to actually play. We lost 3 games where we didn't get to play at all. We obviously were not going to go 4-7 victory runs in a row, but this was incredibly lackluster and unfulfilling. To lose in games where you have no agency, where there's nothing you can do and no choices you can make, is intensely unfulfilling. And while that's part of this game, it's the shittiest part of this game. And they should really consider what they could do to remove the shittiest parts of this game after this long. So hooray for us, we got 3 wins, big fucking deal. I'm gonna go take a nap. I've been Gravity Groove, this is Not Safe for Work Magic. Hopefully we'll be in better spirits and be able to have a better performance tomorrow. As always, alive or dead, tired or otherwise. Later.